Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University, and we're going to be doing another face rip game today. Now, more specifically, we're going to be rounding out the combat, all right? And we're going to be talking about how to actually put all that I just taught in the combat section. What was that? 8 different videos, all in one with some live play. So, let's see what we got here. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. Yeah, that's right. Look down at the package. No, I'm joking. So, we're going to be using a couple of characters. I'm using my Marvel Legends 6-inch characters. Thor, Wolverine, Cable, Miss Marvel. How about Hobby Brown, the Prowler, and Prince Namor, the Submariner. And they're going to be fighting against the Juggernaut. That's right. There's a Build-A-Figure, so it's like a whole bunch of yeah. Anyway, so let's see if we can get these guys to battle the Juggernaut. And this way, we can see, whoa, that was interesting. This way we can see what is all this combat going to be like. So my combat videos are as follows. Episode 19 was Combat Part 1, and that was multiple attacks. Episode 20 was about wrestling. Episode 21 was charging, hence the Juggernaut. Episode 22 was stuns, slams, and kills. Episode 23, thrown weapons and catching. Episode 24, guns and shooting. Episode 25, energy and force attacks. And episode 26 is dodge, evade, and block. Okay, so I'm pretty sure somewhere I was supposed to have slashing and like, you know, all that stuff, but okay. We're actually going to have to get into that in another one because I actually, some of the questions that I'd gotten were about, very specifically, Wolverines Claws and his ability to cut through people. So I know that they just made it so that Wolverine, when he comes back at the current rate, he's going to have a new power that his claws can actually heat up. Well, we're not going to go there right now. We're going to stick with what we know. Okay, so let's try and get all of those 8 combat traits in one and have a little bit of fun doing it, yes? All right, so here we go. We're going to start off with episode 21, charging, because all these heroes are going to be lined up, okay? All these heroes are lined up and they're ready to fight. Gotta get out our dice, and the Juggernaut is one heck of a fight. So let's get out our percentile dice. And let's see what kind of damage we can cause. So Juggernaut is going to charge. He's got a 33. You know, I should probably have my face rip chart, but you know what? I think I remember enough of this stuff. So he's going to charge because he sees that Thor is over here. And once Thor gets his lightning going and gets his hammer spinning, it's going to get really bad. So he's going to charge up as quickly as he can. Boom! Try and hit. Now, we're just going by general proximities. If I get something wrong, just let it slide. But I believe that Juggernaut has something to the effect of remarkable 30 fighting. Maybe it's less, but whatever. But his endurance should be unearthly 100. So he's going to charge in. Boom! Now, he's going to hit at... He's going to have to do this damage so that he's getting... first off, to hit, he's +1 column shift per area that he's running. So we're going to just call this in general, let's just call it 3 areas for the sake of conversation. There's a whole bunch of damage. These heroes show up right around the corner. Juggernaut, he's like, what? And with his poor 4 reason, he's just smart enough to realize he needs to take down Thor first. So he's got all sorts of pluses. Remember, he cannot go past Shift Z 500. Okay, that's the zone where there's that little break, that little stopgap. So you cannot shift past Shift Z 500 into the class 1000, 3000, 5000, or beyond levels. Now, So charge into there, and normally he would do that 100 points of damage from his endurance, except he charged 3 areas. And so we're going to do 3 areas times 2 extra points of damage. So an extra 6 points of damage. So that's 106 points of damage to Thor. Now, we can argue all day and night as to what his body armor actually is, but in the original game, the original Face Rip game, his armor, his body armor, natural body armor, was excellent 20. So we're just going to go with that for now. He's going to get hit. He's going to be able to absorb 20 points of damage, but that other 86 points of damage, he's taking that. That's all right. Thor's a pretty tough cookie. He's got plenty of hit points to go. That's not even half. He's not even bloodied, according to AD&D 4th edition rules. So he goes flying. We're going to put him out of combat for a couple of moments. Now, while he does that, unfortunately, he goes right into the mix with Wolverine. Wolverine, he's just practically arm's length away. So he's going to run in, and he's going to try and go for a claw attack and try and slash Juggernaut. He's going to get a 66. Now, he's got incredible 40 fighting, okay? But he's also got a special ability, and, he's got his claws. But this is kind of like equipment that doesn't actually leave him. You know what I'm saying? We can't actually use his bones and all that stuff as the regular weapon, like we would say, like Black Knight's sword or Captain America's shield. But he can get the weapon specialist in his claws. And again, this is just my opinion. So I'm going to leave it at that and say incredible instead of just regular incredible 40. We're going to give him +2 column shifts to hit, and he's going to be able to use his claws at monstrous 75 ability. So monstrous 75 to hit with a 66. I believe that's going to put him in the yellow. So with that yellow on an edge attack, that's going to be a stun result. Now, that stun result only actually matters if he can get through and do at least 1 point of damage, or that cusp right where it would be. So if he's actually got unearthly body armor, and Wolverine is able to do up to 75 points of damage. So he wouldn't be able to do any damage anyway, but we're also going to be paying attention to his shield. Now, I wanted to make sure that we understand that a shield is something special. He's got a class 3000 force field that goes around him. This dude ain't getting hurt for nothing. All right, Sidorak is very good to Juggernaut. So anyway, there is absolutely no chance he's getting through that damage. And Kane Marco, he understands. Wolverine cuts him. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. So he's gonna hit. But even though he rolled in the yellow, he's not going to be able to actually get that stun attack because he can't actually do damage or come to 1 point away from actually doing damage. So it's just a big psh and a bunch of sparks. Juggernaut is going to roll to swat Wolverine. And he's going to get a 43. Now that would just be a regular green result, so that means a hit. Nothing special, no slam, no stun, no nothing. Just a regular hit. So he's going to kind of... Wolverine is still going to be taking 100 points of damage. Now, mind you, Wolverine has his adamantium skeleton, so he's got 20 points of body armor versus physical attacks only. So instead of taking the full 100 points of damage, he'll just be taking 80. That's good, because he heals, but not that darn fast. And being able to avoid having to heal those extra 20 points can help. So Wolverine is going to be out over, we'll just put him over here for a minute. Not fully out, not Thor out, but yeah, close enough. So Cable's going to show up, and he's not exactly silly. He's going to take a shot at Juggernaut. Now, he's got all sorts of different guns and whatnot. He's just going to use one of his energy attack guns. So energy attacks, I discussed those on episode 25, Combat Part 7, Energy and Force Attacks. So he's going to use a standard energy attack, and he's going to roll to hit. I believe his agility is excellent 20, but he's going to be able to use incredible 40 anyway because of all the he cannot combine the weapons talents. So, no, unfortunately, he's only going to be at Remarkable 30 to hit. Maybe his agility's higher, I don't know, but I'm going to give him Remarkable 30. So, his Marksman plus his regular old agility. So, here we go. And that is an 86. Nice. So, as far as damage, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. And we're going to say that he's going to be able to do 80 points of damage. Okay, so 80 points of damage with his gun. Just let it slide, all right? With that 80 points of damage, Kane Marco has Unearthly 100 body armor. Now, we're going to get more into body armor and all that good stuff later, but for now, just understand that body armor, while Unearthly 100, against energy attacks, any energy attacks, that means fire, electricity, that means anything that would be classified as energy. He's only going to be able to resist 80 points of that. So it's your body armor minus 20 points. So instead of Unearthly 100, he's actually got Unearthly 80. Actually, 88 would be Unearthly, wouldn't it? So it'd be Monstrous 80. Yeah, I think I'm right. So he's going to be able to resist Monstrous 80 points of damage. But that extra 20 is still getting through. Now, he also just rolled in the yellow. So that would be a bullseye. So this energy attack, he's going to be able to get him right in the face. And now we're going to house rule that a little bit. Since he's going to be able to do bullseye, he's going to shoot him right in the eye. We're going to let him roll for a stun. And that stun is just going to be for blindness for a little bit. So his remarkable agility, and his actually it would be the energy attack, or would it be the agility? We're going to go with. It's actually a good question, right? We're actually going to go with the energy attack itself, 80 points of damage, and his unearthly endurance. So we're going to do that, and we're just going to say that, yeah, he's going to pass, but pass with a green. So he's going to be blinded for 1 round. That's good. We can use that. So he's going to get hit and take the 20 points of damage, or excuse me, yeah, the 20 points of damage. Boom. Ow. Not used to that. Now, these guys are smart, and they're not going to give him a chance to actually heal. All right, they're not going to give him a chance for his energy his regeneration, his healing factor to heal him. So Miss Marvel's going to jump up, and she's going to go for a punch attack. Okay, with her extended giant, her embiggening. So she's going to roll the hit, and she gets a 72. Now normally that would be a slam attack, but she's not actually going to be able to get through the damage. Now his force field, he can't actually use his force field for a moment because he's blinded. He's a little bit messed up, right, bodily. But she is going to be able to do the rigor attack. Now that is going to be under her fighting. Now that's a distance, so she could actually be doing it from, let's say, 2 areas away. And while that is a distance attack, it is still going to be a fighting roll to hit. Just as if she were going to try and wrestle him, then it would still be a physical fighting attack, or excuse me, in that regard, it would be a strength attack, because even though it's from a distance, there is a specific tactic that she's using. So whether it's wrestling or punching, it's not a distance attack. It's using distance, but it's not actually classified as a distance attack. So she just simply has a better reach. It's still her doing it. Okay, now that obviously isn't going to do any kind of damage whatsoever, but hey, good trying. Hobby Brown, unfortunately probably the most useless person here, is going to actually go for a shooting attack. He's got his little darts in the back. He saw that Wolverine's claws didn't do anything, so he knows that his claws aren't going to do a whole lot. So he's instead going to try and use one of his little shooting darts over here, and he's going to fire something at him. So he's going to roll the hit. And a 79. He's going to roll a 79, and bing, he's going to hit. Now that's a bullseye. So we're going to say that he wants to try and hit him in the mouth so that he can bypass the body armor. Does that work? Does that not work? For the sake of this particular combat, we're going to say that works. Bullseye. He's going to be able to hit him right in the mouth. Boom. So bypassing that body armor, whatever damage that would be, let's say it's anywhere from 6 to 20 points of damage, he's going to be able to get some kind of a knockout gas on him. All right, so like a trank dart. Maybe he'll just put his tongue to sleep. Maybe he'll put him to sleep. We'll see. But we're going to give it a remarkable intensity. Now, that remarkable intensity, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to do anything against his unearthly endurance because it is 3 or more levels lower than Juggernaut. So Juggernaut has to resist, but using unearthly 100. So this is an automatic pass. This is an automatic feat. He doesn't have to worry about anything. All right, he bypasses all of that stuff. Maybe it puts his tongue to, maybe it puts like 3 of his taste buds to sleep. So Hobby realized that he's really outclassed and he's gonna boogie on over here. In the meantime, you know what we can say is that his body armor is going to be reduced to 0 just for the next, let's have some fun with it. 9 rounds. Oh, wow. Okay, I rolled that fair. So for 9 rounds, his body armor is down. That's the special kind of dart that he used. It's a magic nullifier. Let's just have some fun. Let's just be creative. Well, all of a sudden, Captain Loincloth shows up. And Mr. Speedo Man is like, stop in the name of Atlantis. And he's going to go for an edge thrown attack by throwing his little trident here. Little. So he's going to throw the trident. And it goes flying. Okay, come on. There we go. And it's going to go flying. Ooh, God, he's going to try and go for a neck shot, right? Right underneath. So let's see how well that actually works. And let's roll. Can't remember what his agility should be. Probably should have looked this stuff up. Let's say it's excellent 20 for the sake of conversation. I actually rolled a 36, so that would have missed, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is. We rolled, and we missed. We can give him Weapons Master and say, you know, +1 to hit, or, you know, maybe even Weapons Specialist. He would probably have a Weapons Specialist with this, which would technically give him Amazing. Would 36 hit with 36, 46, 50? Oh, wow. Yes, it would. 36 would hit with Amazing. So we're gonna have some fun and give him Weapon Specialist with the Trident. And I believe that 36 would hit under Amazing 50, if I remember correctly. So, boom, he gets hit. Now, it's just a regular attack. It's an edge attack, yes. But the trick is that it's not going to do any extra things to him. It's not going to do a stun. It's not going to do a kill, even though it hit in the neck. We'll say it completely avoided the trachea or the carotid arteries. So it just kind of messes with his neck. In the meantime, it is still going to do, I don't know what damage it would do. You want to just say 40 points of damage? That sounds about right. So it's going to do 40 points of damage to Juggernaut. He's ow, 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 ow. He's going to pull it out and throw it down. He'll get that later. In the meantime, Wolverine sees an opening, and he's going to charge in himself as quickly as he possibly can. And what he's going to do is he's going to go for multiple attacks. He sees that he doesn't know how long he's going to be down for. He didn't see the nine stun rounds that we saw. But what we are going to do is we're going to say that Wolverine's going to try and get as many attacks in as he possibly can. All right, so let's see how that works out for him. He's going to roll an 80. So with that 80, yes, he is able to pull off multiple attacks. All right, and again, go and check out episode number 19 for more on that. So he's going to be able to pull off 3 attacks. His fighting is, we already said that with here, it's going to be Monstrous 75 with his claws. So with Monstrous 75 attacks, in fact, let's get really silly and say he went berserk to give him +1 just for this conversation, all right? So he's got +1 to his fighting. So he's going to fight at Unearthly. So 3 Unearthly 100 claw attacks. Let's see what Wolverine can do. Remember, we're saying no body armor, just for the moment. We're going to get a 38. That's a hit. We're going to get a 41. That's also a hit. And we're going to get a 75, which is going to be a stun. For the already stunned Juggernaut, I'm going to say we're going to be compiling a little bit. So, in general, nothing is more contested than the damage that Wolverine can do with his claws. Some say 20 points of damage, some say 75 points of damage, and there's all sorts of numbers and guesstimations in between. So since I've seen that those are the 2 ranges, or that that's the range itself, I'm going to say that he's going to be able to do, these aren't steak knives after all, I'm going to say he's going to be able to do a full 75 points of damage because he's berserked. So 75 times 3, we're looking at 150, 225 points of damage. Not too shabby. 225 points of damage should put him down, or at least close to it. But he's going to have to roll a stun also. It's unearthly skill versus unearthly endurance. Let's see what happens. He gets a 74, so he is not going to be stunned any extra. That doesn't break him from his stun. It just leaves him so he's not stunned further. I would compile that. So if he already had 9 rounds of stun on him and he rolled to give an extra 3 rounds of stun, it would literally be just 12 rounds of stun at that point. In the meantime, we're going to try and get a wrestling attack going. So let's say Juggernaut, he gets, oh no, he doesn't actually get a round right now because he was stunned. But Namor is going to run up and he sees that Juggernaut is maybe going to be, trying, like Wolverine is too close. And he's going to jump up and, you know what? Yeah, let's actually have him roll against Juggernaut. So he's going to run up and he's going to fly up. He could fly. Why run when you can fly? Put those little ankle wings to work. So he's going to run up and he's going to try and grapple onto him. So he's going to have monstrous 75 strength. Let's say he just came out of the water a couple moments ago. There's like a children's wading pool over there. And Juggernaut has unearthly 100. Neither of them have any skill in wrestling. So he's going to get a 0-9. He gets nothing. So he's going to run up or fly up. He's going to try and wrestle him, but it's like literally nothing is going to happen. Nothing good is going to come out of this. So he's trying to wrestle and nothing. In the meantime, we're going to get a little bit of extra fun over here. What haven't we covered yet? We covered multiple attacks, wrestling, charging, stun, slams, kills, thrown weapons, and catching. We didn't try catching yet. Guns and shooting, energy and force attacks, dodge, evade, and block. Okay, so here, let's do this. Mjolnir is going to go flying. Now him catching, I'm going to say, is an automatic attack, or it's an automatic thing. It doesn't take an extra round to do. He doesn't have to roll to catch. That's just not the way it works. But, oh, you know what we can do? Just so it doesn't get too crazy. Let's say he dropped Mjolnir when he went flying. So he stands up and he's going to put out his hand and say, come to me, my mallet. To me, my mallet. Like Silver Surfer with his board. And it's going to come flying back to him. Now he's going to have to roll to try and catch this thing. How exactly is that going to work? So that, that actually won't work because there's nothing actually being thrown at him. But we're gonna try it anyway. So he's going to roll to catch. And he's going to get, are you kidding me, a 14? So he tried to catch it. Now, it was actually coming right at him. So if we're looking at the rules, since it was actually coming right at him, what that means is that if he misses, he actually gets hit. So he's actually going to get hit by Mjolnir. Now we're being really silly. In reality, I would never make it so that he would have to actually catch Mjolnir unless it's flying past him because somebody else who was worthy threw it. But we will say that he, for some silly reason, it winds up just hitting him instead. Maybe Magneto was close by and there was a solar wave or something that he did. Anyway, he winds up getting hit. He's going to take some damage from that. I would say like no damage. It would do 20 damage. He got 20 body armor. We're good. We'll call it even, right? Let's say he tries to catch it again, though, in the following round. And he's going to get a 38. Now, he's a weapons master with this, so that would be under Incredible 40. His 20 agility plus his weapons master. So doesn't actually add to catching. It adds to throwing, but we're going to be silly. We're going to say anyway. So that would be a regular catch. Okay, so he's going to... actually, in reality, it would be a miss, but like this is starting to get a little bit silly. Anyway, it would normally be a miss, but a regular miss. Now, when he rolled in the white before, that was an auto hit, right? And we know that with auto hits, you're automatically hit. Even if you weren't intending for that to happen, you catch it with your face. This next one is just a regular miss, so it would just fly right past him. After that would be a regular catch, and red would, of course, be a break. That if it's a weapon that could potentially be broken, not Mjolnir, we're talking about like the Maltese Falcon, so to speak, then he'd have to roll to accidentally break the thing. So it would be charging to him. and we have to go against his body armor to see if it got broken. Which, no, it wouldn't. he would get broken before Mjolnir got broken. Anyway, so now he's going to go for an energy attack. He's going to call on the lightning. And by doing that, we just get a 35. 35 with his incredible agility. Mind you, that's 2 points for his, 20, excellent 20 for his agility, and then plus 2 calm shifts for his weapons mastery. It is actually coming from Mjolnir. I personally would say that absolutely you get plus 2 to hit with that. So it's not quite it's not quite enough to do a lot, but we're going to say that that's enough because, why'd I even bring the dice if I'm just going to be fudging things, right? Anyway, we're going to say yes, he gets hit. So 100 points of damage he's able to call down and just boom, hit the Juggernaut. And before he's able to put his shield up, since he doesn't have his body armor right now, he's going to go, ah! And all of these heroes were able to stop the Juggernaut. Now, is that the way that you should do it as a judge? My opinion? Heck no. Juggernaut deserves a whole lot more credit than that. Let me just fix this up and have a conversation with you guys. But we're going to pretend this is a standard Marvel comic in today's day and age where Juggernaut's always getting punked out. Anyway, hope you guys didn't mind me talking so low because my kids are sleeping. My wife is working. And I'm just going to pump the volume up on this. So I don't know how it's going to sound aloud, me mumbling, but let's see. And this is the best that I can do right now. So anyway, I hope that this was enjoyable enough. Now I have to go and put all my figures back up. That's actually okay. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. And particularly if you did like this video, this suggestion actually came from Leroy, a subscriber down in Texas, to actually play out the attacks. While he would probably be using hero clicks, I obviously use my figures here. So I figure that every time that I'm finished doing a particular series with the face rip game, I'm going to try and have a little play out here. So hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. You guys keep on gaming. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.
Thank you.